Hello everyone, I am Linny Babu and it is so good to meet you on the first episode of Lockdown Diaries. What does lockdown remind you? Do you remember the year 2020? There were so many talks of some strange virus killing people in China. No one understood what it was. Scientists got busy with research while the media kept telecasting every bit of information on it. At first, it seemed like the virus happened in a faraway land. But the virus began to conquer every town, city, and country. The media kept showing the rise in the number of patients and deaths due to the virus. Everyone was so frightened. WHO announced a global emergency, stating COVID was a pandemic. India became a victim of the virus too. The government shut down all kinds of travel. All public places where people could gather, like shops, theatres, offices, schools, and worship places, were closed at a night's notice. The world came to a standstill. There was no hint of how long the pandemic will be. People could not walk out of their homes when they wanted, and neither could kids go out to play. It seemed like shopping, play, and fun had ended. Fear seized the heart of every man. Everyone wanted to be safe and alive. The sudden and indefinite lockdown gave little time for the governments, companies, and people to think and organize. Every place of work was closed. Many had to return to their native lands for shelter and food. In India, many depended on a daily income. It became a cruel time for the migrant workers and the poorest. Unfortunately, there were no buses on the roads, no bikes or even cycles. The police were patrolling to check if anyone was outdoors. The workers had to walk home with their kids, babies, and things. They could not buy food or water as all the shops were closed. Many did not receive their monthly wages and were burdened. The people working in cities were alone at home, as some of their families who went to their native towns could not return. Let's watch a short film based out of the Lockdown Diaries and come back.
आज रात 12 बजे से पूरे देश में, ध्यान से सुनिए, पूरे देश में आज रात 12 बजे से संपूर्ण देश में संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है.
Day one of India's 21-day nationwide lockdown. 1.3 billion people are staying home in the biggest ever lockdown in the world amid surge of positive coronavirus cases. Prime Minister Modi chaired key cabinet meeting to discuss the preparedness to deal with the coronavirus crisis. Ministers participating in the meeting were seen practicing social distancing. Addressing the media after the meeting, Union Minister Prakash Javadekar said the essential services will not be hampered. He also appealed to the people not to believe in rumours. The meet comes after Prime Minister Narendra Modi appealed to the nation to exercise utmost caution, saying that the next 21 days will be crucial to break the chain of transmission. Prime Minister and Home Minister Amit Shah appealed for calm across the country as India witnesses biggest lockdown in its history. Prime Minister Modi said the lockdown must be taken seriously and also announced a 15,000 crore rupees package to boost the health infrastructure.
Thousands of migrant workers are on the move, most of them on foot. Among them, Yogesh Yadav, who's walking 650 kilometers through the state of Uttar Pradesh after the clothing shop at which he worked as a tailor was closed.
We are taking all of the precautions that the government told us to. We wash our hands, use sanitizer, wear masks, don't talk to people, keep a distance.
There are 120 million migrant workers in India, many of whom are daily wage earners. After businesses shut, many like Kiran can no longer afford to pay rent. She's travelling 300 kilometers with her young child.
3 दिन से बैठे हुए हैं यहाँ पे.
The Indian government ordered all bus and train services to stop, stranding millions of migrant workers. Uttar Pradesh's state government started busing workers from Delhi on Saturday.
ಹಲೋ ಸರ್, ಕಿರಣ್ ರಾಜ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಹೌದು ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿವಸ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ 3 ದಿವಸದಿಂದ ಊಟ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಭಾರಿ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಸರ್ ಮನೇಲಿ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೇಳೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಬೇಕಾ ಬಂದು ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿವಸ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್. ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾನು ರೆಂಟ್ ಹೆಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ರೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಯಾರು ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಕರ್ಕೊತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಕೊರೋನಾ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತುಂಬ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ ಸರ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್. ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಆಚೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ ಹೋಗಲಿ? ಏನು ಸರ್, ಒಂಚೂರು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೀರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್. ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾನೇ ಬಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಸರ್ ಸರ್
In the video, Joshua, a software engineer, got stuck alone in his comfortable home as his family was out of town. His company began to shift to the new normal, making his income stable. Joshua tried to make himself comfortable on his sofa with snacks and his laptop. His job was secure as he could work from home. On the other hand, the migrant worker, Kiran, was without a job due to the lockdown. The owner harassed him to pay the rent when he did not even have food or money to feed his family. The people who stayed in better homes with income began to hoard all the necessities more than needed. Everyone bought lots of groceries, hygiene supplies, and eatables to keep until the lockdown was over. Shops ran out of stocks of commodities. This harsh time left everybody thinking about themselves, thereby forgetting the poor and unprivileged families. The poor cried due to hunger, while the privileged were safe at home for the fear of the virus. This was how the world began to face the pandemic and be acquainted with a new kind of life shut indoors. The world was unready. The shock took everyone to a standstill. Life has so many unexpected things to throw at us. They can challenge us in various ways. We can get numb or feel depressed, but we will grow positive as we travel through each phase. Think about how you have reacted when unexpected things happen in your life. Until then, I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.